Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my simple everyday routine while on my cycle. I recently decided to make the switch over from tampons to pads because of the different health benefits that it provides. I will do some research on it if you're curious. With that switch, I've had to incorporate different products into my everyday routine while on my cycle, and I'm going to be sharing that in this video. Before I do anything with my routine, I start off by protecting my hair. I currently have a silk press, so I'm using a do-rag, which I found works the best for my hair texture. Once I've put my hair up, I'll go ahead and turn on the shower to get the water hot while I do other parts of my routine. The first thing I start my routine off with is shaving. My shaving routine is very simple. I use Veet because I found that it's the most gentle with my skin, and I only use it on my legs. For other key shaving areas like underarms and bikini, I have gone through laser treatment for, so I don't need to shave. Once I'm done with the shaving process, I just follow the instructions on the bottle. I then hop in the shower and start my shower routine. In my opinion, bar soaps are the key to any shower routine. My preferred choice is the Dove bar soap, and I'll use that in conjunction with the African sponge to really get a deep clean. If I'm having a day where I feel super grimy or if I've been bleeding heavily, I'll use the Fenty Beauty bar soap because it's literally the definition of squeaky clean. But I wouldn't recommend using it frequently because it's super drying and strips all the moisture out of your skin. Following up on the bar soap, I'll also use a moisturizing body wash. This is also where you can really introduce scent into your routine and it will stay. I prefer to layer products with the same fragrance notes to help with the longevity of scent. And using the body wash with a loofah helps with calming and smoothing the skin rather than continuing to exfoliate and strip the skin. Because I have some body piercings, I will use this antibacterial soap from Dr. Bronner's to clean them. Then I will go in with a body scrub. I typically only do this when I have done some form of body hair removal to help with dead skin and prevent ingrown hairs. I just recently started trying out this body scrub by Way. It's been very popular, and I do think it's worth the hype, but for $40 you could probably find something cheaper. It does smell very good, and it's still very moisturizing and smooth for a scrub. So for that, if you want to spend that bread, then I think it's worth it, but if not, you could probably find something cheaper at Target. I start incorporating hygiene products before I hop out the shower. After I complete my body cleansing routine with the scrub, I will then go in with this Honey Pot Feminine Cleanser. This is a part of my routine that I recently implemented since switching from tampons to pads, just for the days when I'm bleeding heavily on my cycle. I don't use it every day of my cycle, and I don't use it as part of my everyday routine, but I do find that it helps with feeling refreshed after a heavy day of bleeding. Then finally, I will go in with my face wash and face scrub. If you're interested in seeing my skincare routine in detail, I have a 3-part short series on my channel, so make sure to check that out. Once I come out the shower, I will use these witch hazel wipes to wipe down there front and back, as well as throughout the day. If pads are your hygiene product of choice, I would recommend using these wipes after every change, or at least once throughout the day. It really helps to stay in somewhat fresh and odorless. I got this trick from McKenna Walker here on YouTube. If you know her, then you know she is the hygiene queen. And finally, these are my preferred choice of pads to use. I prefer the thinner ones because they're a lot more discreet and comfortable. Also, in my experience, I have found that they work really well even on my heaviest days. Now we move on to the oral portion of my routine. So of course, you gotta start off by flossing your teeth. I naturally tend to floss every other day, but if it's realistic for you, then you probably should be doing it every day. After I'm done flossing, I will go in with my Listerine. If you don't do this, try it because it really does make a difference to do mouthwash first. I learned this about a year ago and I haven't gone back since, so definitely try it. Then I'm just gonna go in and brush my teeth like normal, and after I brush my teeth, I'll go back in with some more mouthwash. I know this seems excessive, but if you want to eliminate morning breath or just bad breath in general, do this and stay hydrated and you will no longer ever have bad breath. It doesn't have to be 2 different mouthwashes either. I just use the TheraBreath one because I don't rinse out my mouth after I use it, and because it's alcohol free, it's safer to swallow. After I'm done with that process, I'll just put in my retainers and move on to my skincare routine. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, if you're curious to see my routine and why I do what I do in detail, then definitely check out the 3-part short series on my channel. I accidentally did my daytime routine when I was meant to do my nighttime routine, but the only difference is that I use a spot cream and a nighttime moisturizer. I also don't use the Shiseido sunscreen at night. And to wrap up my skincare routine, I'll go in with the lip product. My go-to is typically Carmex, but if I'm not feeling lazy that night, then I would go in with a lip mask. This brings me to my final step in my routine. I have a love-hate relationship with this portion of my routine because by this step, I'm ready to call it a night. But body care is very important, so I never skip it. This is my everyday lineup for body care. I've been using this cocoa butter lotion for as long as I can remember. It leaves my skin moisturized and soft. Afterwards, I'll follow up with my spray deodorant. I've tried the natural deodorants, but this is what I have found works best for me. I don't do this every night, but when I'm feeling up to it, I will go in with this body oil to really seal in the moisture that I've just put on my skin. I tend to use this a lot more frequent in the winter time because that's when your skin is a lot drier and it's more necessary. If I'm feeling like I want to pamper myself a little extra on a particular night, I'll go in with some perfume. This is also my everyday perfume. It goes right along with my scent palette. It's very subtle and not too strong and overwhelming. And then finally, for my feet, I will use this A&D cream. My feet is the driest part of my body, so it really requires that extra intensive moisturizing. So that's going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to see other variations of my hygiene routines. Like this video if you enjoyed, and comment down below any questions or suggestions. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.